Hello students, welcome to Sankalp Learning Classes. Today we are going to start with the next topic in science. So next topic is structure of atom. So now we got structure of atom start ಮಾಡ್ಲಿದ್ದೀವಿ. So in structure of atom, we are going to discuss Thomson's model of atom, Rutherford's model of atom, Bohr's model of atom. What do you mean by atomic number? What do you mean by mass number? And isotopes, isobars, few definitions we are going to discuss here, students. Okay. See here, in the previous chapter, so ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನೀವು atoms and molecules ಅನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಹೌದಾ? So atoms and molecules ಅಲ್ಲಿ already you know what you mean by atom, what is the structure of atom, so how atom is arranged ಹೌದಾ? So ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಯಾವ ತರ electrons are designed the atoms, that all you discussed in the previous chapter. Symbols correct ಅಲ್ಲ? So ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು atoms and molecules ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. Chemical formula, how to write the chemical formula, that all part it is already completed. So today we are going to start with the next topic. It is the chemistry topic, structure of atom. So students, in this chapter, as I told you, what all we are going to discuss. Okay. So before going to start with the chapter, you should have some previous concept knowledge. So ಮುಂಚಿನ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲಿ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಈಸಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಆಟಮ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? So what do you mean by atom here? Atom is nothing but it is a basic unit of matter. Atom ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? Atom ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ basic unit of matter ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? So atom is nothing but it is a basic unit of matter. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ matter ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? matter ಅಂದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So matter is nothing but something which can occupy space and has mass is called as what? Matter. Matter ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ which has some space and mass is called as what? Matter here. Okay. So matter ಅದು smallest particle ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? atom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. ಇದು atom ಏನಿದೆ, it is a dense central nucleus surrounded by the cloud of negatively charged electron. So atom ಅನ್ನೋದು smallest part of this matter. So matter ದು smallest part ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು atom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So ಈ atom ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ, ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್, ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. So atom ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, and we have one more particle in the atom, that is neutron. Proton, neutron and electron. So neutron ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? which is neutral in nature. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೋಟಾನಿಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನಿಗೆ it is neutral in nature. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. Okay, so these are the components of what? Our matter here. So now, as we know that previous chapter ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು elements ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಹೌದಾ? So we know that we have 118 elements in the nature. 118 elements in the nature. So for example, if you consider sodium ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು item. Next we can consider oxygen. Next we can consider chlorine, fluorine, hydrogen, helium, ಹೌದಾ? So ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ, why these all atoms will vary from one another? So ಅದು ಯಾವ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ which will distinguish, ಯಾವುದು ಇದನ್ನ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಇದು ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಅಂತ, ಇದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅಂತ, ದೆನ್ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅಂತ, ಫ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಅಂತ. So what is that factor which makes the atoms differ from each other? What is the concept, or what is the basic thing which makes the atom differ from one another. So here, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು points ಇದಾವೆ. So what are those points here? That is, first point we can consider. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ one point ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, that is electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity. It varies from metal to metal. So electrical conductivity ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ, for example, if you take a copper. So copper ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so ಇದ್ರ electrical conductivity will differ from that is aluminium. Okay, so this conductivity will differ from the other metal. So what is the electrical conductivity? Electrical conductivity ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? The capacity to pass the electricity. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ? Electrical conductivity ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. The capacity to pass the electricity is called as what? Electrical conductivity. So ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಅಟಮ್ದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So based on that, ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಅಟಮ್ ಅನ್ನ differentiate from one another. We can differentiate atoms from one another by their electrical conductivity, as it varies from one metal to another metal. Next one. So next one property ಇದೆ. See here. No doubt idradu nature idu. All the atoms are having this nature, but there are some nature which are uncharged. So whatever the metals are there, whatever the non-metals are there, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. So there are some materials or the objects which will gain the electrical charges. For example, so you can take a comb. Comb ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. So when you comb to your dry hair, so when you take a comb and when you rub it with the dry hair rub ಮಾಡಿ piece of paper ಹತ್ರ ಹಿಡೀರಿ. Okay, so when you hold it near the piece of paper, it will attract that. The piece of paper, it will attract. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? Comb will get electric charge. It will get electrically charged when it is rubbed with a dry hair. When it is rubbed with a dry hair. Okay, so this is how it will acquire the charging property. Similarly, we can take a balloon. So balloon ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, balloon ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು blow the balloon, and after that, so just rub this balloon with a silk cloth. Silk cloth ಗೆ rub ಮಾಡಿ. So when you rub the balloon with the silk cloth, later you try to stick it to the wall. So ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು wall ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So for this wall, if you try to stick this balloon, what happens? It will get sticked. It will get sticked to the wall when you rub the balloon with the silk cloth. So this is how the charge can be developed also. It can be developed also. The electrical conductivity will vary from metal to metal. Based on that, we can distinguish one atom from the other atom. Okay, students. Okay, so this is regarding the basic introduction of the atom. Some points you have studied in the last chapter also, right? Okay, so how this atom term invented? Who invented this term? See, Indian philosophers and Greek philosopher named. So for example, you have a chalk piece ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So chalk piece ಅನ್ನ if you start cutting that, cut ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ, chalk piece ಅನ್ನ cut ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ, it will come to one small particle. It will come to one small particle. So ಅದೇನ್ small particle ಬರುತ್ತೆ, after that it is not possible to again divide that. So ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವ್ ಏನಂತ ಅಂತೀವಿ? ಆಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ what we can say, atom of that chalk piece here. Understanding? Okay, so Greek philosophers, they are just a philosophers. Okay, they are not a scientist here, they are just a philosophers. So they will just give the theory. So ಯಾವಾಗ scientist ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they will give the experimental proof. So Greek philosophers will call that smallest particle, so smallest particle of matter, as atom. So Greekally, atom anta andre, the meaning of atom is it is uncuttable. It is uncuttable. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು atom ಅಂತ ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. This is in Greek. So Indian philosophers named this as Paramanu. They named it as what? Paramanu. Okay, so P-A-R-M-A-N-U. So they will name it as Paramanu here. So these all philosophers, they will give the theory for this atom in 1500 BC. So during that time, they will give the theory for this, right? So this is what this is regarding the term atom here, then later the scientists will start working on this atom. So the first theory was given by John Dalton. So John Dalton annoru first theory na kottidare. So what John Dalton will say, in the year 1805, John Dalton, he will propose the atomic first model. So see this. John Dalton assumed that atom is indivisible. Okay, so atom anna John Dalton ಅವರು indivisible ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. In 1866, so this is second theory. So first let us discuss about John Dalton. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು point wise ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. These all just shortcut points here. Okay, what explanation I am giving you, concentrate on that. In 1805, John Dalton will propose the atomic theory. He will propose the atomic theory. According to this atomic theory, he will say that atom is a indivisible. Atom is a indivisible means adanna matte further agi divide ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So that is the only part here. Adanna ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ atomic, that we call it as what? That is called as what? Indivisible ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So according to this John Dalton's theory, we can explain law of conservation of mass. So law of conservation of mass anna now explain ಮಾಡಬಹುದು based on the Dalton theory. Okay, but this John Dalton theory could not explain. So law of conservation of mass ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So different concept he will develop, but John Dalton theory will fail. Why this John Dalton theory will fail? Because he could not explain the conductivity of metal. He could not explain the conductivity of metals here. So therefore John Dalton theory will fail. The John Dalton theory will fail here. Okay, then later comes Goldstein, and after that we have Thomson's theory. Okay, see here students, in science, either it is in chemistry or physics or biology, one theory one scientist will develop. He will explain some concepts related to that. If he fails any one point or concepts to explain, then that theory will fail. Then the next theory they will develop. Okay, so this is how the trial error method will occur. Then finally we come across one final law. Like this, the science theories are developed, or science laws, or science statements, or science formulas are developed here. Okay, see here. This is according to John Dalton theory. So ನಿಮ್ಮ exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, John Dalton theory ಯಾಕೆ fail ಅಂತ. John Dalton theory will fail because he could not explain the conductivity of the metal. Remember one point here, only one point is there, so you can remember this easily. In atoms and molecules you studied these all points, few points in this. Okay, next, so next we have, that is, Goldstein discovered the presence of new radiations in a gas discharge tube and called them canal rays. These rays were positively charged radiations, which led to the discovery of subatomic particles, which are called as what? Proton here, which are called as proton. Okay. So Goldstein ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Goldstein, he will make one discharge tube ಅನ್ನ experimenting ತಗೊಂಡಾರೆ. Okay, so in that discharge tube, so you can imagine something like this. The tube is designed. Okay, here I am not able to draw it properly. So here Something like this, the tube is there. Here we will be having some gold foil. Then we will be taking it to the positive negative battery will be connected. Something like this, one experiment the Goldstein will conduct. E experiment prakara. So when alpha particles are released here, so ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ some will go without any deflection, matlab straight it will go. Okay, so some rays ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈಗ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so whatever these rays are coming out, no, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, Goldstein canal rays ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನ canal rays ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. The new radiation in a discharge tube are called as what? Canal rays. These rays were positively charged radiations which led to the discovery of subatomic particle, and it is called as what? Proton. So ee rays anna avaru enanta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, positively charged radiations anta ಹೇಳಿ ಇದನ್ನ proton anta ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅವರು. Okay, so again after this, based on all these concepts, the next person comes. His name is J.J. Thomson. He was the first one to propose a model for structure of atom. So illivarige Dalton, Goldstein, they all will try to study this one, but the proper model of the atom idu 1 mark question alli barutte. So who proposed the first model structure of atom here? So that is J.J. Thomson. So J.J. Thomson, in the year of 1900, he will propose the atomic model. So according to this model, he will give some theory for this one. Okay, what is the theory here? Whatever the theory of J.J. Thomson was there, it will help to understand the clear picture of our, here you can see. This is how the model is there. First, he will compare the model of atom to the Christmas puddings. He will compare this one to the Christmas pudding. Christmas pudding, in the sense, it is we can imagine it like with the dry fruits and all, some cakes like sweet. It is sweet. Okay, so during Christmas they will prepare this one. So we can compare this with the Christmas pudding here, in which he will compare it with the Christmas pudding, and he will say that whatever the dry fruits are there in the pudding, they are like the positive charge. They are like the positive charge in this one. Okay, like this he will compare it first. Or similarly, we can compare J.J. Thomson model to the watermelon also. So we can compare it to watermelon. So how we can compare it with the watermelon? We can say that whatever the positive charges are there, that is the red part of the watermelon, and the electrons are embedded into that, and that is negative charge. That is, negative charges are embedded into this. So that is nothing but what? Black color seeds. Are you getting my way of teaching here? That is, if you consider a watermelon, so watermelon anna consider ಮಾಡಿ centrally cut ಮಾಡಿ 2 parts ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so 2 parts ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ red part of the watermelon is taken as what? Positive charge. It is taken as what? Positive charge. And whatever the black color seeds are there, that is nothing but what? Negative charge. So according to Thomson, the positive charges are, or he will say that the electrons are embedded into the watermelon, or electrons are embedded into the atom. Like this he will propose. Right, so here you can see this one. See the figure, you can understand that. Same figure they have given here. See, in the sphere of protons, neutrons are distributed. So here they have given that in the sphere the protons and negative electrons are distributed, and they will say that number of protons is equal to what? Number of electrons. Number of protons is equal to what? Number of electrons. So when number of protons is equal to number of that is electrons, what happens? The charge becomes 0. See here. For example, if I have here -2 +2. So what is +2 minus 2? It is nothing but what? 0. So therefore we will say that it is electrically neutral. Means the number of positive charges, suppose the number of positive charges is 4, the number of negative charges is also 4 here. So therefore it is nothing but +4 minus 4, it is 0, which means that atom is electrically neutral. Atom is electrically neutral. Okay. Here we will see one more point, that is difference in electrons and protons. So what is the difference in electrons and protons? See, negatively charged particles are called as what? Electrons, and its mass is negligible. Electron mass is negligible anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And the charge of electron is -1. So positively charged particles are called as what? Protons. Its mass is 1 unit and its charge is +1. So who discovered these electrons? Electrons anna J.J. Thomson ಅವರು discover ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, and protons anna Goldstein by his experiments he will discover. Okay. The neutron was discovered by Chadwick, and the neutrons are not having any charge. They are neutral in nature, but it is having some mass. It is having some mass. So remember this point here, students. That is what do you mean by proton? What do you mean by neutron? Protons are positively charged particles proposed by Goldstein, and the mass is 1 unit and the charge is +1. So electrons are negatively charged particle, mass is negligible and the charge is -1, proposed by J.J. Thomson. Neutron was discovered by Chadwick and it is not having any charge. It is not having any charge here. Okay. So this is structure of an atom. Then after this J.J. Thomson model, we have Rutherford's model. So Rutherford model again, we have one experiment. So I told you in the beginning only, whenever any scientist will give the theory or he will propose the concept, he will give the proof for that. So this is how the proofs are developed. See what it is in the figure. You can see the figure here so that we can understand the experimental part. The figure is sorry. In the center we have nucleus. In the center we have nucleus. Correct. After that, the electrons are sorry, not electrons. The center is nucleus. Alpha particle anna tagotare. So here you can see the explanation part. When fast moving alpha particles are bombarded on very thin gold foil. So here what happens when a fast moving alpha particles are bombarded on a thin gold foil, following observations were made. Experiment ಏನಿದೆ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ experiment ಅಲ್ಲಿ? One fast moving alpha particle ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, it is coming and hitting means bombarding with a very thin gold foil. So we will observe some observations here. Following observations were made. Most of the alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil here. Most of the alpha particles passed straight through the gold foil here, and some of the alpha particles were deflected by the foil by small angles. One out of 12,000 particles appeared to rebound. So ಏನide experiment andre, see the figure now. See here figure. Observe these lines, especially you observe these lines. Okay. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ observe ಮಾಡಿ. Arrow mark ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು see this line here. Can you see the arrow mark? This line, it is going in this straight way. Sorry, it is going straight, then it is returning back. This is what it is rebounding. It is called as what? Rebounding. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು alpha particle source ಇದೆ. So from this source you are just bombarding this alpha particle to some ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಂಬಾರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ, some alpha particles will pass through this. You can see, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, you can see the alpha particles are passing through this. So some particles are getting deflected, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ some particles are getting deflected, some particles are getting rebounded here. Rebounded in the sense it will return back, it will return back. Three observations we are seeing here. One is it is passing through the nucleus, second is it is getting diverged from the nucleus, third is it will get rebound, it will rebounce here. So these are the three observations we can do when a alpha particle, ಯಾವಾಗ alpha particle nucleus ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ 3 observations ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ see here, next. So here we have some conclusions for this experiment. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಅವ್ರು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, 12,000 particles ಅಲ್ಲಿ only one will rebound, only one will rebound. It is not that all the ratio it is 50-50-50%, it is not that, or 25-25-25%. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, only one particle will return back out of 12,000 particles. So remaining all, some will go passed through the gold foil and some will get reflected. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, why we are using gold foil only? Gold foil ಅನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, we need very thin sheet. We need very thin sheet. To have the very thin sheet, we are using the gold foils. Understood? Okay. So see, the conclusions which are made by Rutherford are: most of the space inside the atom is empty because a particles passed through the gold foil. See, ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, particles, the alpha particles are getting passed through the gold foil. So ಈಗ for example, if you have what we can say, assume that you have a pipe. So pipe ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. When water is passed through that, if so you can assume a pipe, if you are flowing a water through this one, if it is not coming to other end, if it is not coming to the other end, it means that some obstruction is there in between. Suppose if it is passing without any disturbance, same amount of water if it is coming out, then here what we can say, the pipe is empty, nothing is there in between. So this is how we depicted that first point. Most of the space inside the atom, so atom ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ we have some empty space. So complete ಆಗಿ ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, some empty space ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ the alpha particles are able to pass through the gold foil. This is first observation. Second point, very few particles were deflected from their path because positive charge of the atom occupies a very little space. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, so very few particles were get deflected. So ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ particles ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, will get deflected like this. ಆಯ್ತಾ? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ deflect ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ something is there in between its path. So instead of going straight, it is getting deflected in the sense something is there in between that. So very few particles were deflected from their path because positive charge of the atom occupies a very little space. So ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So where there is nothing is there inside the atom, it will go straight. Somewhere if some positive charges or something it is coming in between, it will get deflected. Second point aita. Okay, third point, a very small fraction of a particle were rebounded back and shows all positive charge and mass of the gold atom is concentrated in a very small volume within an atom. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, see, ನಮ್ದು ಏನ್ alpha particle ಇದೆ, it is coming in all the direction. Suppose ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು central nucleus ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, we are sending the alpha particles in all the directions. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಆರ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್, ಸೊ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So when it is exactly at the center and when it is coming exactly at the center of the nucleus or atom, it will rebound, it will rebound here. So they will say that, or they will predict that very small portion of the atom is filled, very small portion of the atom is filled anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂಟಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So if something is there in between, it will get deflected. Centrally heavy agi mass irodrinda ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ atoms ಎಲ್ಲ alpha particles rebounds ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Understood? The radius of the nucleus calculated, and it is 10 to the power of 5 times. It is not okay. So it is 105 times less than the radius of the atom. Radius of the atom here. Is it clear? So we have discussed that how this atom is moving, how this atom is situated, or how the atom structure is there, that we have discussed in today's class. So see students, ಇವತ್ತಿನ class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನೇನು discuss ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? So first, basic definition of atom. Atom is the smallest part of the matter ಅಂತನ್ನ ನಾವು atom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? ಅದರ ನಂತರ we discussed that atom is consisting of protons, neutrons, electrons. 3 particles are there in the atom. That ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅದರ ನಂತರ we discussed about John Dalton theory. So Indian philosophers and Greek philosophers atom anna enanta helidru. Indian philosophers they will call it as Paramanu. Greek philosophers they will call it as atom, which means that uncuttable. So basically why we can say that the atoms are varying here, why it will differ from one another based on the electrical conductivity property. John Dalton will say that atom is indivisible. He will prove law of conservation of mass, but he couldn't explain the conductivity of the metal. So it will fail here. Next we have J.J. Thomson. So Goldstein en ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, Goldstein proton ಅನ್ನ discover ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ by his experiment, in a discharge tube experiment. J.J. Thomson ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? Electron ಅನ್ನ discover ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. We discussed the properties of protons and the structure of atom prakara we compared it with the watermelon. So red is proton and black speeds are electrons. Then Rutherford model enanta ide? Rutherford's model is nothing but what? That is how the electron, alpha particle, when it is bombarded with the gold foil, what happens to that? So ಮೂರ್ ತರ nature ಅನ್ನ observe ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. One which will pass straight, one which will get deflected, one which will rebound. Out of 12,000 particles, only one will rebound here. Okay, so these are the points which we discussed today. In the next class we will discuss why Rutherford's theory will fail, and next which theory will come, and after that we can discuss the Bohr's atomic model, which we are studying to study the structure of atom till today. Okay, thank you students.